Globalization, the economies of countries all around the world connected through trade, outsourcing, and foreign investments. It was the subject of Thomas Friedman's book, The World is Flat. Many nations saw the upside of deep financial ties to the U.S., more jobs, better technology, and a global market for goods and services. But even in a flat world, gravity applies. What goes up must come down. Now, in the midst of a global crisis, Europeans are pointing blame across the pond, and China is warning that the dollar should no longer dominate global currency.
The U.S. government is quietly reshaping the global economy in ways that will change our world forever. But the idea of free and fair trade is losing ground as competition between the world's economic powers grows. China's trade ambitions were made clear with its giant New Silk Road infrastructure project. And the U.S. continues to believe in America first, but it's the world's poor who are paying the price for this global competition.
The German city of...
So yes, technology is changing both how we work and how we trade with each other.
Technology and the increasing digital world is being affected by humankind. For many of us, access to the internet, a reliable power grid, and the cars we drive are simple things that we find necessary for life as we know it. But we often fail to realize that most of these technologies are not produced or maintained in the United States. To discover how these things are made and developed, we must understand the basic idea of globalization.
Where the word globalization doesn't exist, where the intricate web of connections spanning continents, cultures, and economies is but a distant dream. Picture a society untouched by the rapid flow of ideas, goods, and people across borders. No shared innovations, no international cuisines in our cities, no global effort in tackling challenges like climate change.
Hey everyone, welcome to this exploration of world without globalization and what it means for us as college students. Imagine waking up one day to find that the world we've grown up in has fundamentally changed. No more affordable international trips, no more exotic snacks from faraway lands, and no more ordering gadgets online with just a click. Today, we'll dive deep into what this means for us and how we can navigate a world beyond borders. Before we dive into this thought experiment, let's take a moment to reflect on how globalization has shaped our college experience. From the diverse student body on the campus to the international research collaborations, globalization is all around us, influencing everything from what we study to who we meet. It's the reason we can grab tacos for lunch and chat with a friend from halfway across the globe on the same day. You agree? But it's not all sunshine and rainbow, right? Let's not forget the downside of globalization. Consider the impact on personal relationships. Families separated by oceans can now stay in touch effortless. Friends from different cultures can maintain close connection. As a college student, we've seen firsthand how economic inequality has impacted our peers. Some struggle to afford tuition while others enjoy lavish lifestyle. We've also witnessed the erosion of local cultures with Starbucks and McDonald's replacing local coffee shops and carinderias on every corner. It's a clear reminder that globalization isn't always a force for good. So, what if we were to hit the pause button on globalization? How would it affect our college experience? Let's explore three key areas. Point 1, we have the economic disruption. Firstly, let's talk about our wallets. Without the global marketplace driving down prices, our student budgets would be stretched even thinner. Imagine no more cheap clothes from overseas websites or affordable international study programs. We'd have to get creative with our spending and prioritize what truly matters. This could be a wake up call to rethink our consumer habit and live more sustainably. Maybe we'd start buying more locally produced goods, supporting small businesses, and reducing our carbon footprints. Point number two, geopolitical shifts. Secondly, think about the political landscape. As a college students, many of us are passionate about social justice and human rights. Without the interconnectedness fostered by globalization, our ability to stand in solidarity with oppressed communities around the world could be severely limited. We'll have to find new ways to advocate for change and build bridge across borders. It's a call to action to become a global citizen and a champion of justice. Point number three, cultural resurgence. Lastly, let's consider the cultural impact. College is a time of exploration, discovery, where we're exposed to new ideas and perspective, right? I think without globalization, our cultural horizons would shrink. No more international student mixers or global collabs. We'd have to work harder to seek out diversity and broaden our worldview. I think it's an invitation to embrace cultural exchange and celebrate our differences. So, how can we, as a college students, navigate the world beyond borders? It starts with education and awareness. We must understand the complexities of the globalization and its impact on our lives. From there, we can advocate for policies that prioritize sustainability and equity, both locally and globally. And most importantly, we must never lose sight of a human connections that transcends borders, whether it's through digital activism or good old-fashioned letter writing. It's a reminder that we have the power to shape our future. Let's now discuss culture. Cultural interchange won't stop when globalization ends. In fact, it might even lead to a return of local traditions and customs. College campuses might become cultural destinations that highlight the diverse range of regional heritage. Envision celebrations, marketplace, and cross-cultural interaction that genuinely appreciate diversity within own boundaries. These gatherings would be more than just enjoyable. They would also help us better appreciate, value one another's history and backgrounds. Building resilient communities, we may create communities that are more self-sufficient and better able to handle global crises by encouraging these local relationships. Consider this, a community is significantly less susceptible to disruptions in global supply chains if it is able to grow its own food, manufacture its own electricity, and provide for its own healthcare. This self-sufficient may open door to a more equitable and sustainable future with resilient and empowered communities. This change has significant effects on our local economies as well. Communities may become stronger and more resilient if local productions and consumptions were prioritized. Universities could be key players in this change by assisting regional businesses owners, artists, and farmers. Once again, I'm Nicole Biag, and as we conclude our journey into this alternate reality, I invite each of you to reflect on the profound implications of a world without globalization. While it may seem like a distant hypothetical, it serves as a powerful reminder of the immense value of our interconnectedness. Through our exploration today, we've seen how globalization shapes not just our economies, but our culture, our technologies, and our identities. So, as we step back into our world, let's carry with us the lessons learned from this thought experiment. Let's embrace the diversity of our global community, seek collaboration over isolation, and work towards a future where our connections strengthen rather than divide us. Thank you once again for joining me on this journey, and may we continue to explore, learn, and grow together.